So good evening, everybody. Boy, I'll tell you what, this was a hell of a trip. This was a hell of a trip, man. This one was a rough one.
Your hustle got to be strong in this industry, as in any other industry.
I delivered earlier in Midland, Texas. I am currently deadheading over towards El Paso. I won't get there for another few hours. I'm not even sure if I'll make it all the way there tonight. It is currently 7:39 Eastern, Thursday night. You know, the place closed at 5 o'clock. I made it there at like 2 minutes before 5 o'clock Central. And when I first started this trip, I didn't plan on that. But I got about 300 miles into the trip. It was 1,300 and some odd miles. Got about 300 and some odd miles into the trip. And having to come across 40 through North Carolina into Tennessee. So got some of them inclines, man. So I'm going up a hill, and I got 2,400 pounds in the back just about. And I'm just feeling a hesitation. I'm like, shit. Anytime I feel a hesitation like that, I immediately worry transmission. That's what I'm thinking, transmission. Shit. That's worst case scenario. It's like, well, maybe it's not the transmission. Maybe it wasn't nothing. Maybe it was just the road or something. So hit another incline, hit about the same RPMs, same thing, getting that hesitation. Like, shit. So paying close attention to that. I wanted to see what it would do. So the next time I had the opportunity to get it at those RPMs and on the same type of incline, same grade, I kind of made sure I put the RPMs where that was happening, and I got it to basically misfire. That's what I was trying to get it to do, because if it misfires, then it's a good chance that it's either a coil plug, possibly an injector. It's usually not something major like a transmission. Although I did have an issue with the transmission that was causing a misfire before, which is odd. Has anybody ever heard anything like that before? I'm not going to get deep into that one. I've got got a video that I put out to where I talked about having that issue. But it was basically getting like a miss, or not a miss, but a hesitation, a slip, and it eventually led to causing a misfire. It happened twice, that whole cycle of a misfire and everything. But has anybody ever had a transmission slip turn into a misfire? Because I took it to a couple of dealers and a couple of transmission shops, and nobody could really diagnose it. Everybody was telling me, bring it back when it's really acting up. But when it really acts up, it caused a misfire. And then they deal with it as though it's the misfire is the issue, which it wasn't. Because what I ended up doing is getting a fuel or a transmission filter and fluid change, and that was in my 17. And since I did that, I've not had that problem again, and it's been well over 150,000 miles. So yeah, it's just odd. But anyhow, back to this one. So I get it to misfire, pull over, shut it down, check everything, start it back up, check engine light's gone. So I'm just dealing with it, and eventually it misfires again, because just trying to baby it, but still you don't get it the right way, and it's getting worse as I go through the trip. And it was too late to go to an AutoZone to get it checked. I don't have a scanner yet. I need to order one. I know, I'm an idiot. Garages were closed. Everything was shut down for the night. I was toast. And my delivery time, there wasn't enough time for me to just stop for the night and deal with it. I didn't feel like, I felt like I knew what the issue was, so I just babied it and kept going. But even with that, heavy load, having to deal with that misfire, any of those little up and downs, it's always wanting to do that. So I'm going real slow uphill, just getting up the hills, and it was stressful. It was just very stressful. Because you don't want to mess up your vehicle, obviously. You don't want to tear anything up, and that's always in the back of your mind. So I ended up making it to Texarkana last night at like 4 o'clock in the morning Central. I had found a Ford dealer I was going to use, and they opened at 8 a.m. Central. So I had my alarm set for 8 o'clock because I needed to get some sleep. And then I was just going to wake up when they opened, call, see if I can get an appointment to bring the van in. I was an hour away from there. But I ended up waking up at 6:41. So I only got a couple hours sleep, 2.5 hours or so. Jumped up, just went ahead, headed straight for the dealership, because it timed out to where I was getting there right as they opened. Fortunately, I was able to get there, and they took it right in. I mean, I didn't have much wait at all. I got there at about 5 minutes after 8, and I was out of there by 10 a.m. And so, yeah, what they ended up doing is ended up being the plug and the boot. They said it was, I don't know if you could see that right there, that burn mark right there, but it was arcing out of the boot to the side of the plug. So, yeah, at first I thought it was the coil, which the coil I had under warranty because I had cylinders 3 and 4, the ignition coils replaced. The plug wasn't replaced, nor was the boot at that time, which is odd. So they ended up changing the boot, changing the plug. Cost me $277 altogether, and everything's working beautifully now. And because I didn't sleep that long, I was able to make it to my delivery by 5 p.m., got it offloaded, and as I said, I'm relocating over to El Paso. I am tired. I can't wait to sleep tonight. I am going to enjoy the hell out of that. This is what real expediters do, man. They get that shit delivered. They get it delivered early, man. Yeah, I had until 6 a.m. yesterday to get that off. I could have waited until 6 a.m. to deliver that, but as I said, it just happened. I was able to get it there, so it worked out. Now I don't have nobody ahead of me in El Paso. Hopefully I can get out of El Paso tomorrow. If not, I mean, to be honest, my feelings aren't going to be hurt if I get a night off. You know, not going to be hurt at all. All right, guys. I just want to check in with you real quick, give you that update. But, yeah, van's good. I was able to stop at AutoZone also before I took it to the dealership because I had like 5 minutes. I was going to get there a little early, so I had enough time to stop at AutoZone. And it came up as the same code 3 different times. P0300, I think is what it was. I'd show you my receipt. My receipt blew out the window, man. It blew out the damn window. So, yeah, I got to have another receipt emailed to me. But, yeah, it was the same thing. Misfire on cylinder 3 all 3 times, which when I seen that made me feel way better. Because if it would have ended up being like different cylinders, then, you know, something funky and really bad is going on. But it was the same cylinder every time. So that led me to believe that it was going to be something, you know, as far as a plug, coil, boot, you know, at worst case, an injector. So, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take $277 and out the door in 2 hours, and everything's good. So, all right, guys, I'm out.